Hello, this is Addis News. I'm Solomon Danye. Thanks for joining me. Muslims across Ethiopia have colorfully celebrated the 1442nd Eid al-Adha festivity with religious assortments. The event has also highlighted the importance of respecting one another and helping the needy. Habtamo Ashagre takes it from here.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu ya Malik ya Man Sama, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu ya Ethiopian Muslims across the country have celebrated the 1442nd Eid al-Adha Tuesday. Here in the capital, hundreds of thousands of Muslims have turned out for the Eid prayers at the Addis Ababa Stadium early in the morning.
سيدنا محمد وعلى أولاد سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا.
While observing the holiday, President of Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Supreme Council Mufti Haji Umar Idris said, respecting the decrees of Prophet Muhammad properly is very important.
Abu Shah የሚባል ሰው ለነብያችን ይህን ሲናገሩ አለይሂ ሰላቱ ወሰላም
There was a man called Abu Shah who told to Prophet Muhammad he slaughtered and fed his family. But the Prophet replied and ordered him to feed other needy ones. Abu Shah did the will of the Prophet. Thus we have to slaughter and give what we have to others.
Moreover, Mufti Haji urges the Muslim community to maintain unity and protect the country from any challenge that might endanger the well-being of its people.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu ya Malik ya Man Sama, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu ya
Addis Ababa Islamic Affairs Council President Sheikh Sultan Aman and Addis Ababa City Administration Municipality Head Taratu Bayene and among other high officials have attended the celebration.
سيدنا محمد وعلى أولاد سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما.
Meanwhile, celebrants of the 1442nd Eid al-Adha say the festivity is historic and unique in that it is taking place while Ethiopia is celebrating the successful accomplishment of the second filling of its Grand Dam. They also say it is critical to implement the pillar of the religion while observing the Eid al-Adha holiday across the country. Here is Haptam Ashagre again.
Allahu Akbar.
Eid al-Adha ሰው የሚበላበት የሚጠጣበት አላህን የሚዘክርበትና
Eid al-Adha is a festival of eating, drinking and commemorating Allah. We are also commemorating the event with our brothers and sisters, as well as inviting and helping needy societies without sorrow and loneliness.
የደስታው ተካፋይ አደርገናቸው
ደስታችን እጥፍ ድርብ አድርጎታል። ይሄ ኢድ እያንዳንዳችን ኃላፊነታችን በአባይ ከህፃናት ጀምሮ እስከ
This Eid is special and joyful because of the second filling of the God. We believe that the God is the hope of Ethiopians and the coming generation. I want to thank Allah for that.
ዛሬ ደግሞ ይሄንን በዓል በመናከብርበት ተጨባጭ ሁኔታ ግድቡ የሁለተኛ ሙሌት
While observing this holiday today, the second water filling of the God is complete. This project relies on the truth, not harming others and lifting Ethiopians from poverty. In addition, this flagship project can secure advantage to the other lower riparian countries. These hard facts make the day special holiday.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
ሁሉም ይተጋገዛል። ጎረቤቱን ጠርቶ ከጎረቤቱ ጋር ይበላል።
All neighborhoods are helping each other and inviting to eat and observe the holiday. Someone is slaughtering and distributing the food to others. Everyone enjoys observing Eid al-Adha. The religion orders every Muslim to share with other needy segments.
ይህንን በዓል ማክበር ያለብን ሰብአዊነትን ከፍ በማድረግ
have to observe this holiday, prioritizing humanity, togetherness, and peace to others.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
The Ethiopian American Civic Council asked the U.S. Department of State to condemn the use of child soldiers in Tigray by the TPLF. In an open letter it wrote to President Biden, the council reproached the U.S. government's policy, mainly run by Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, for going against Ethiopia, which had been a staunch ally of the United States for over 100 years. Though American citizens of Ethiopian origin gladly supported Biden's bid for president, his government betrayed them, the letter indicated. The letter criticized the U.S. Department of State for failing to condemn the use of child soldiers in Tigray by the TPLF while having truthful evidences about the heinous crime. Recalling TPLF's historical criminal act of recruiting child soldiers since its inception, the Council inquired the U.S. Department of State to openly condemn the act to show the world the moral of its leadership. TPLF terrorist group is making it impossible for humanitarian assistance to reach in the state of Tigray, was disclosed. The clique did this by launching attacks in the state of Afar, according to National Disaster Risk Management Commissioner Mutuku Kasa. He says this testifies to the fact that the TPLF is ruthless and indifferent to the suffering of the people of Tigray. Mutuku told Ethiopian news agency that food and non-food humanitarian aid going via the state of Tigray being transported by 180 heavy vehicles could not move due to the attacks launched by the TPLF. This is hampering the efforts the government is making to provide the people of Tigray with humanitarian assistance, declaring the unilateral ceasefire in the state, it was indicated. Welcome back. You're watching Addis News Hour. Demeke Mekonnen, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia, in a meeting on Monday with Annette Weber, European Union Special Representative for the Horn of Africa. The two sides have discussed the 6th general elections in Ethiopia, the filling of the GERD and the ongoing tripartite negotiation, the humanitarian ceasefire in Tigray, and the Ethiopia-Sudan border dispute. According to the Deputy Prime Minister, the TPLF has been spoiling the spirits of the ceasefire by engaging in various military attacks, exploiting the public as human shields, obstructing humanitarian support, and employing children as soldiers. In this regard, Demeke said the federal government is committed to take the necessary action against whoever hinders the unilateral humanitarian ceasefire. EU Special Representative Anita Weber, for her part, said the EU wants the joint investigation into human rights abuses to be expedited. She also expressed EU's concerns over the possibility of a humanitarian crisis in the Tigray region. Finally, Demeke called on the European Union to understand that Ethiopia's role in the stability of the volatile region and that the EU should act in a positive manner instead of putting unnecessary pressure on the Ethiopian government. An expert notes the second filling of Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is a significant milestone to realize the ultimate goal of the project. The successful completion of second filling has cleared all the confusions raised by some actors regarding the dam's impact on the downstream countries, he said. Sintayos Tamrat has more.
The government of Ethiopia has announced a mandate that it has attained its second-year target for filling of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam Reservoir. In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, a member of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam negotiating team, Yilma Sleshi, said the completion of the second phase filling of the dam is a major breakthrough to the realization of the ultimate objectives of the project. The second round impoundment of the dam is a big achievement that clears the confusions raised by some international actors and the two downstream countries that Ethiopia can't fill the dam successfully, he pointed out. The expert has further noted the completion of the second filling has also proved Ethiopia's long-standing commitment to the realization of the dam without harming the downstream countries. The mega dam, which is being built by Ethiopia's own resources, is closing to its completion as over 80% of the total construction is completed, he added. By resisting the pressures imposed by Egypt, Sudan and their allies for the last few months, Ethiopia has reached to the current level, being fully committed to all responsibilities, he pointed out. Yilma further noted that the peoples of Sudan and Egypt should start to accept the fact that the second filling of the dam has not created any significant harm to their nations and push their respective governments to promote cooperation, as the GERD has a lot to benefit for the entire region. By the same token, Ethiopian Minister of Water, Irrigation and Energy, Sleshi Bekele, told ETV that the dam is an ideal means of cooperation among riparian states.
This is a right way and mindset to think about infrastructure development. Africa is lagging behind in a very significant way. Lack of capital, lack of know-how, constraint and negative influence not to develop our resources. Therefore, we have to develop and achieve the result we want in Africa that could be comparable to other nations in the world. So many Africans are deprived of electricity, deprived of adequate food production. So with this kind of development, we can really transform ourselves.
Ethiopians from every walk of life are expressing joy over the successful completion of the second filling of Gardo Reservoir, which was conducted without harming downstream countries. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and other government officials have also congratulated all Ethiopians for their unreserved commitment to realizing the dam.
Public Mobilization and Coordinating Office of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, Hayd Aragawi Berhe, doubts the second filling of the dam, the fruit of Ethiopia's unity. Aragawi made this remark following the government's announcement on the successful completion of the second phase of reservoir filling earlier yesterday. Allah Teklemariam had the full account.
When Ethiopia managed to construct the dam at the River Nile 10 years ago, the plan was to complete it within 5 years' time. But the construction of the dam has been prolonged and consumed time far beyond the schedule. It was last year in the month of July that the country announced the completion of its initial filling of the Gardo Reservoir, citing the accumulation of enough water to enable Ethiopia to test the dam's first 2 turbines. An important milestone on the way towards actually producing energy. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed then tweeted the following statement, saying, "It has become evident over the past 2 weeks in the rainy season that the Gardo first-year filling is achieved, and the dam under construction is already overtopping." Even though the project has been a source of tension in the Nile River basin ever since Ethiopia broke ground on 2011, the country has been expressing its firm stance that the construction of the dam will not have a significant harm on the lower riparian countries. It rather has a huge economic integration fortune in the region. Egypt and Sudan view the dam as a threat to vital water supplies, while Ethiopia considers it essential for its electrification and development.
የህዳሴ ግድብን በዚህ ዓመት ውሃ ሊዝም አለች ኢትዮጵያ ማለት ኢትዮጵያ ግድቡን ለማፍረስ ተስማማች ማለት ነው። ተሰራኮ ግድቡ አለቀ። የተሰራ ግድብ ውስጥ ምን አርጌ ነው ውሃ ሊዝምና ውሃ ይዛለው መደራደር እኮ አልችልም። በዘንድሮ የተሻለ የሞላ ውሃ ነው። የአስዋን ግድብ የተሻለ የሞላ ነው። ባለፉት 40 ዓመታት ከነበረው ሳይዝ በላይ ከፍ ያለ ውሃ ይዟል ነው የሚባለው። እኛም በአባይ ተፋሰስ ከ60% በላይ ከኖርማል የውሃ መጠን በላይ ልናገኝ እንደምንችል ትንባያዎች ያሳያሉ። በዘንድሮ ዓመት የምንይዘው ውሃ አጠቃላይ ከግድቡ ውሃ ከ10% ያነሰ በዝናብና ውሃ ታችም እዚህም የተሻለ በመሆኑ ደግሞ ዘንድሮ መያዛችን ከኛ እኩል ለታችኛው ተፋሰስ ሀገራት ይጠቅማቸዋል።
And after 1 year from the initial filling, Ethiopia once again announced about the successful completion of the second Gardo Reservoir filling, which was praised by the head of Public Mobilization and Coordinating Office of Gardo, Aragawi Berhe.
This is a fruit of unity. Ethiopia is not a rich country, although it's rich in resources, although potentially it can grow fast. It has all sorts of human and material resources that could propel it to any level other developed countries have reached. But they were not united to utilize this potentiality. So now they are learning it, although it has been a long way, they are learning it if united. They can overcome all sorts of problems.
Aragawi further calls upon Ethiopians to double this success in other fields.
The success of Ethiopia is going in this direction if the Ethiopians persist in their unified struggle to come out of poverty and progress. I'm sure they will learn this. Of course, they are learning the hard way. Nevertheless, they will learn it.
In connection to foreign interventions, Aragawi said Ethiopia will continue resisting any external intrusion to maintain its sovereignty.
These countries think that the exploitation of the natural resources of this area, which were dominated by themselves, will be stopped. So that is their fear. However, Ethiopia will continue, and Ethiopia is a just country. It's a country which abides to the international laws of water, and it's reiterating its position as far as desiring to have equitable share of the natural resources of water. So I hope they would understand this, although it has never been seen that they could understand it in this manner.
Ethiopians are cheering one another over the second filling phase of Gardizova.
The second filling of Ethiopia's flagship project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, has attracted the attention of major Western media houses. France 24, Reuters, Al Jazeera and TRT World prop up on Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam flourishing second fillings. Kasan Jan has looked into some of their reports.
Ethiopia's state media is reporting that the second phase of filling the controversial Grand Renaissance Dam is nearly complete.
According to the media houses, the second phase of filling the Grand Renaissance Dam is complete now as Egypt says. No drop in the water level of the Blue Nile is being detected despite Ethiopia's start of the second filling. The issue has raised tensions with Ethiopia's neighbors, Egypt and Sudan, who want a binding deal over the filling and the dam's operations. As to the media houses, Ethiopia says the project is essential to its development. Following France 24 said the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which is a $4 billion hydropower project, is crucial to Ethiopia's economic development and to provide power. Reuters media also said that Ethiopia has completed filling the reservoir of its huge dam on the Blue Nile River for a second year, a move that has already angered Egypt. Al Jazeera on its part underscored that Ethiopia has completed the filling of a massive controversial dam on the Blue Nile River for a second year, quoting Ethiopia's state media houses. Meanwhile, TRT World has said that Ethiopia has attained its second year target for filling a mega dam on the Blue Nile River that has stoked tensions with downstream countries, Egypt and Sudan. It was noted that Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt have been in talks for years over the technical and legal issues related to the filling and operation of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam.
One of the biggest markets in Ethiopia.
Biggest in Africa.
Or actually the biggest in Africa. So well.
biggest roundabout. It's the biggest roundabout in Ethiopia, is it?
No.
Okay, it's a big one anyhow. And I figured out we could take a lap. So we're going around, around, and around in the roundabout. There's billboard available. Now we are at the Mescal Square, the biggest junction. This is the biggest junction, right?
Everything is the biggest.
I know, it's like the biggest junction. And if you have seen the part 1 or 2, I think the part 1, yeah, of my Addis Ababa tour, on our right side we have the Mescal Square project.